What is up, guys? This is one half of Platinum Gaming Elite here,
In the second half of Platinum Game later.
and welcome back to the Reading FC podcast. I hope you guys will enjoy it. We're here after coming in from Wembley. We're basically back, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. We're going to be talking about basically the week with Reading, and we're going to try and make this a weekly thing now, aren't we, Adam?
Yeah, we're going to try and do a weekly.
So yeah, hopefully you guys will all enjoy it, and yeah, we're going to be talking about the Tuesday game against Bournemouth, and we'll also be talking about Wembley, and yeah, just news in general, won't we?
Yeah.
So yeah, to begin with, we had the Bournemouth game, didn't we? Before we were able to go to Wembley, we played Bournemouth and we ended up picking up a 1-0 loss. Adam, what did you make of this game?
Well, against Bournemouth, I think we were very lucky. Good performance by the boys, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's a strong performance. But they got a lucky rebound. No one could do anything about it. Hit the post. Obviously got a rebound. But yeah, we had loads of chances in the game. We did, but we were very unlucky with them. So what do you think about them?
Well, I thought Reading played really well in that game, and I think the referee was a bit biased as well, don't you?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Reading were really unlucky not to pick up the 3 points. Also, the referee done a lot of delaying in the favour of Bournemouth, you could say. The Callum Wilson incident was the one thing that really did stand out, but the game really did turn on its head, as Kevin Keane, the assistant manager, did say. The game did turn on its head when Artur Boruc made that fantastic save. What did you think of Bournemouth's performances? Because in my opinion, I didn't think they looked like a top of the table side in this game. I think they looked more like just below the playoffs. Like they didn't really look that good.
No, in my opinion, I don't think they did look like people in fighting for promotion. They look like someone, in my opinion, looked like it was the other way around. Reading were fighting for promotion and they were a relegation side. Don't you think? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, do you want to get on to the Callum Wilson incident?
Yeah.
So basically, what was it? Hector went in for a tackle,
Um,
kicked the ball at his chest. Was it Callum Wilson's chest?
yeah.
Callum Wilson goes down, holding his head. Referee blows up, and then yeah, gives Pierce a yellow card. But we're gonna get into more detail about this. So what do you think about that?
Well, I think Callum Wilson. It was really. It's bad that a footballer has to cheat to do these tactics nowadays. Like he was shielding off the ball, and Callum Wilson. He didn't. Michael Hector did not touch him. The ball ended up being kicked by Hector. The ball ended up hitting him in the chest, and he's gone down holding his head, clutching his head, and he's just made a massive incident out of something that he didn't need to. So I think it was really poor on the part of Callum Wilson because you know he's meant to be a professional. He's meant to be. He's a good player, and doing things like this didn't really help like his reputation. So you know. But in my opinion, it was a poor decision by the referee. The linesman could have helped out as well.
Yeah. I noticed the other side of the line, the other linesman, the other side of the pitch came over to try and sort it out. Don't know why, because it was closest to us, wasn't it, the incident? So I don't know why the linesman who was close to us went and sorted it out because obviously he was closest. He should have dealt with the situation, helped the referee out, but it didn't turn out like that.
But yeah, I didn't actually see the incident. I actually had to watch it back because I was looking the other way. I was watching Jamie Mackie trap back, and I turn around and Callum Wilson's holding his head, and you're like, "Oh no, he's kicked him. He's kicked the ball. Sorry, he's gone down on the floor." And then I just start raring up because, well, it's me. I'll rear up at anything, and
So you're saying you didn't see it, but you just wanted to go with everyone.
yeah, I just ended up rearing up. But yeah, I thought it was really disrespectful on the part of Callum Wilson. And, I think Reading deserved to at least pick up a point in this game.
Yeah, I do agree.
So yeah, anything else do you want to touch upon the Bournemouth game?
No, not really. But let's go on to the main topic, shall we?
I was going to say, do you want to touch upon Jamie Mackie and Boric's save and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I'll quickly talk about that. So basically, who put the ball in? Was it Beta?
Beta, yeah.
Yeah, Beta put a blinding ball in, and then here comes Jamie Mackie. Was it a head to it? Or was it a
Yeah,
foot?
he gets
foot.
his foot on
He
it.
gets
Yeah.
his foot to it. Boric makes a fantastic. It was a really good save. I got to
Yeah,
admit, it
it was
was
a
a really
great
good
save.
save. Gets his. Was it a fingertip save or was it like an
Yeah, I
actual?
think he just touched
Think
it with his fingertip and then caught it afterwards.
I'd say Boric. That was probably the highlight of Bournemouth's game, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's the best thing they did, really. But what do you think about it?
Well, I think that Boric, he's a top quality goalkeeper, and in my opinion, I think he should still be at Southampton. Yeah, he's. Do you think he's quality?
Yeah, I think he's a really good goalkeeper. But obviously, do you reckon Bournemouth will go up then?
Well, considering they've dropped down to second now, and looking at their fixture list, it's not the easiest run of games. I think they've still got to play a few tough teams, and
Yeah,
they could potentially drop down to third. I think maybe even fourth by the end of the season. But there is 2 games left, so you can never really know what happens with the championship.
yeah. They're on 84 points, the same as Middlesbrough, aren't they? But they've got a better goal difference than Middlesbrough.
top of the league now.
Yeah, Watford top of the league.
But that's to do with the next game. That's to do with Saturday's game. This is Tuesday's game. So at this point, in the moment of time that we're speaking of, Bournemouth would have still been top and really did look like they were going to be promoted, didn't they?
Yeah. I think Reading have got a game this Tuesday, haven't they?
Yeah, we're
Against
playing this
Birmingham.
Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday against Birmingham, and then
At home, isn't it?
yeah, we got 4 games in 2 weeks. But yeah, before we move on to Wembley, we're going to go on to contract situations because there's quite a lot of senior players that actually run out of contract at the end of the year. And Steve Clarke has come out and said that contract talks will actually start again next week. Adam, what players would you like to stay at Reading that are out of contract?
I know I was going to say Chris Gunner, but he has signed one, hasn't he, already?
Yeah.
Another year, isn't it? He signed. Is Pearce's going out? Alex Pearce. I'd like to keep Alex Pearce because he's a good, strong defender. Is Hector's coming off? Or has he signed? He only signed one with Jake Taylor last.
Yeah,
year, yeah.
Taylor,
So they're all right to stay. Also, who else is? Do you know anyone else? Robson Carney's. Robson Carricans. Like Federici. I don't know, but I think if we sold him, I think we can get quite a lot of money out of him, I reckon. But I really like to keep him because he's Reading through and through, isn't he?
Yeah, he's completely 100% Reading. Like, I would like to keep Federici because he, in my opinion, is our player of the season this year. Would you agree that Federici's been our
Yeah,
player?
I reckon he is player of the year. Also, I like Jamie Mackey to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Jamie Mackey stay as well.
Chalobah, would you like Chalobah to stay?
Oh, I was talking to one of my family members today. I said I would love Chalobah to stay. He's absolutely fantastic, in my opinion. So calm on the ball as well. And yesterday,
Could you say a bit too calm though? Sometimes he does try and overdo things. You know what I'm on about?
yeah, I would say sometimes he does overdo it, but he looks fantastic when he's got the ball. And yesterday, when I was speaking to a Chelsea fan on the train who'd just come back from the game, he said that he would like Chalobah to leave Chelsea because he believes Chalobah's not good enough. To that bloke, I don't know. I don't think he knows what he's doing.
To be honest, he can't get in a Chelsea team, can he?
But he's only 19 years old. He's only 19, and he's been loaned out to multiple different clubs, and I believe that if he is to stay, then he would get a lot of playtime here, and he would be a great player in this squad.
Also, I was speaking to a person next to me at Wembley. Said he would love Adam Lafondra to come back to Reading. Would you like to see Adam Lafondra come back to Reading?
Well, Lafondra, he apparently is in talks to actually sign permanently with Bolton. I don't know, because we haven't really got a prolific goal scorer at the moment.
I did see yesterday he did score for Bolton.
Yeah.
He picked up himself a goal and Lafondra. But yeah. So, do you want to get on to Wembley?
Yeah, I just want to say what people I'd like to stay.
Oh.
I'd like Alex Pearce to stay, Karajan and Federici, the main ones. I would love them to stay. We also need a backup goalkeeper because Mikael Anderson's set to leave as well in the summer. So a player that I would like to see being called up, Dan Lincoln.
Dan Lincoln?
Yeah, the under-21 goalkeeper. I'd love Reading to call him up if that makes sense to the senior squad.
So yeah, basically I was gonna say. Oh, yesterday in the programme there was a thing you've played. Not how long they played.
The minutes that they've got left.
Oh yeah, they played 2 minutes in the FA Cup. I think it was an Arsenal player. I think it was, but they played 2 minutes in the FA Cup, which is a bit maybe laugh a bit anyway. But yeah, I like what do you want to get on to now?
I just wanted to say that Danny Guthrie's contract will actually run out in the summer, so I'm really looking forward to see Guthrie leave this year. Are you glad that Guthrie's leaving?
Yeah, he hasn't really done anything for the squad at all. He made a bit of an impact last season, but this season's been terrible. What would you say? What would you do if he signed another contract? Steve Clarke offered him a new contract and he signed it.
Cry.
Okay, you'd cry.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the Wembley game now, and hopefully you guys are going to sit back and listen to this because I think we're going to be here for a pretty long time discussing this. So yesterday it was an FA Cup semi-final. Reading, we played Arsenal at Wembley, and we ended up losing 2-1. Heartbreak in the 115th minute. It ended up being a mistake from Adam Federici that cost us the semi-final. Adam, what were your thoughts on the game pre mistake from Federici?
To be honest, Federici did cost us the game, but then again, he did save us in the game a load. So, but yeah, I think it's annoying because I do feel sorry for Federici, don't you?
Yeah, I feel massively sorry because he was my man of the match until he picked up that mistake.
To be honest, no keeper should be able to do that, but it's just one of those things in football. It does happen. It's a shame it happened to Federici in a massive game for Reading. I could have seen Reading going through and winning that. Could you?
Yeah, I could have seen us winning that on penalties in the end because the Arsenal would have just been too much pressure. They looked terrible out there, Arsenal.
Yeah. Also, Reading's fans were much better than Arsenal's. Don't you agree with that?
Oh yeah, 100%. Arsenal, it was like a library. I thought they were
Yeah.
in a restaurant, Arsenal.
It looks
They
like
didn't.
Reading did want it more though.
Yeah, as Wenger said in his press conference after the game, he said it looked like Reading would have died to get to that final. Like the players were willing to die, and yeah, I kind of agree with that because it did look like Reading did.
But it is very unlucky. Do you want to talk about Pogregnak's? Um,
Two chances.
yeah, Pogregnak's performance. I was going to say. How do you think he done?
Well, in my opinion, I think that Pogrebniak, he was pretty terrible. Yeah, two chances where he ran through on the goal with the goalkeeper, and well, he scuffed them both. Federici absolutely scuffed them. I can't Federici. I don't know why I said Federici. It was Pogrebniak. Pogrebniak absolutely scuffed them, and in my opinion, he should have done better than that. Like Adam Federici, he is a much better goalkeeper than what happened to him. He'll recover from this, Federici. It's going to take him a while, but I think he'll recover, and I think the best thing to that is to stay at the club. Moving on to Pogrebniak though, as what the topic's meant to be, he should have done something better. He miscontrolled he done a bad touch to get the ball, and he passed it straight to Chesney, really, didn't he?
Yeah. I think they were very unlucky, Reading. I do think. Do you think Sanchez had a good game?
No, I don't think Sanchez had a good game. He scored 2 goals, but he didn't play well. His performance was terrible, and he didn't deserve to pick up the man of the match, as the BBC gave him. They gave him the man of the match, and, Reading deserved to win that game, in my opinion. Being a Premier League side, Arsenal shouldn't be getting dominated by a championship team. Yeah, you can say that the stats, they had more shots and stuff, but Reading had the better chances. Reading should have had a clear penalty. Yeah, people were saying he couldn't move his arm, but his hand wasn't his hand like flying out the way, wasn't it?
Yeah. What, Debussy's handball?
Yeah, the
Yeah, that was. To be fair, I can't really blame the referee because it was sort of Debussy had his hand was not facing the referee at all. But then again, I think the linesman should have had a look at it, see if it was. But yeah, things happen in football, and that was unfortunate for Reading. So yeah, it's very unfortunate.
So moving on to one of the biggest positives of the game, we scored against Arsenal. Gareth McCleary scored actually. I think it was his 3rd goal of the season. He hasn't scored too many this year, but he actually came up with one of the best ones he could have this year. And yeah, we played impeccable. Pogrebniak done really well to keep the ball, and that was probably the best thing Pog done all game, is to keep the ball on like that. And I think, in my opinion, we should have got more out of the game. Danny Williams had a shot on the edge of the box where he volleyed it and it just went wide. We played absolutely fantastic, and I don't understand Arsenal fans, do you? Arsenal fans at them. They're so brag and confident about beating a championship side. Half of them, it's split really. You have the Arsenal fans that are all right, the ones that are saying, "Oh yeah, okay, we understand that Reading came here and they done really well." But then you got the Arsenal fans like Ty from Arsenal Fan TV. He don't know what he's talking about, does he?
No.
He said Reading were terrible. I don't think he was there. I don't think he watched the game. I don't. We had two blatant, clear cut chances. We should have had a penalty, and we could have scored more times than that. Jordan Obita had a good shot. Chalobah was unlucky to get his shot blocked. We were so unlucky in that game. We should have won. Arsenal fans, they telling us to look at the stats and stuff like. No, they need to look at the actual game and watch it because I don't think they knew what they were doing in the end. Arsenal, and in my opinion, I think Arsenal will get slaughtered in the final if they play like that. The way they played, they will get slaughtered. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Arsenal did not play to their. I don't think they were playing to their best potential. I was really disappointed with Arsenal. I thought they'd been much better.
Yeah.
I was actually getting ready for a massive thrashing from Arsenal, weren't you?
Yeah, I was expecting us to get absolutely dominated today. Yesterday.
It did prove Reading looked like they wanted it more. I gotta admit, Özil, he was outstanding yesterday. I've got to admit, in the first half he played probably nearly second best man on the pitch after Adam Federici in the first half. Second half he died down a bit, but what a pass to Sanchez for that first goal. I can't take that away from him. What do you got to say about that?
It was a great pass, yeah. I'll admit that he played fantastic as Ozil, but I'm a bit disappointed with Alexis Sanchez. I say disappointed. I'm glad he didn't play well, but for the fact that he's meant to be this great, fantastic player that everyone's meant to bow down to, he didn't play well yesterday. In my opinion, I think Michael Hector had him in his back pocket. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do agree. Michael Hector was outstanding yesterday, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, we played fantastic, and Arsenal fans that say they're a bit deluded if they believe that Reading were terrible because we weren't. We played absolutely fantastic, and it seems like we're just having a little moan at the Arsenal fans, doesn't it? But we're not because it's the fans that believe they've dominated the game. They've come in and dominated Reading, but they haven't. They are absolutely piss poor in my opinion, and yeah, that's all I got to say about the Arsenal fans. But we're gonna have to talk about it eventually. We're gonna have to talk about that goal. Adam, do you want to talk about that goal?
Which goal?
You know the goal.
Federici's mistake.
Yeah.
That was poor goalkeeping. You've got to admit. Yeah, that was poor goalkeeping.
Yeah, it was.
But as I said before, it does happen in football. But went for his legs. It looked like it was going in slow motion, didn't it?
Yeah.
This is where he went for his legs, and it was like he was going like really slow.
Yeah. It was heartbreak for
Yeah.
Reading fans. Absolute heartbreak. It just wasn't fair.
I'm sort of glad Federici cried at the end because it does show his passion for the club, and he knows he let the club down. But
Well, you say he let the club down. He didn't really let the club down.
yeah, but
He was just unlucky.
he knows he made a massive mistake. I probably would have saved it.
Really?
Yeah, it was straight at him. All he had to do was bend over and keep his legs closed. But he done completely opposite. Do you remember that opportunity they had? I can't really think it was Ramsey shot or Cazorla or something like that, and Frederic saved it, so it went over the goal, over the.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, was it the one that it was like down low and then he saved it and tipped it over the bar, kind of? And yeah, was it that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another good save. It's a bit risky, but it was a good save. And another thing that I got to touch upon is his save. His save to deny. I don't know who it was at the corner. They had a corner, and then he made an absolutely fantastic save. In my opinion, Federici was the man of the match, and he's going to be daunted now and haunted by the fact that that one mistake, and people aren't going to remember the amazing game he had, are they?
No, they're not just going to remember that mistake. It's just unfortunate for Federici, but he's had a good season altogether, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic season. He's saved us this year. I think we would be relegated. We would be in the relegation zone if it wasn't for Federici. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I would agree with that.
So, you know, I think all in all, we were unlucky. We were really unlucky. So that's all I've got to really say about it. It's a bit disappointing. It's a bit hard to take in, really, going into the game expecting a massive loss and then coming out proud. I would say I was proud of them in the end. Would you?
Yeah, I was very proud of the boys. They did work very hard, but just unfortunate about it.
So there's another thing. There's one last thing we got to touch upon. I mean, we got to do our predictions for the games that are coming up. We got two games coming up. We got our Wednesday game, which is up against Bournemouth, which is a big game. Bournemouth, my apologies, Birmingham. We're playing Birmingham. Yeah, big game on Wednesday up against Birmingham. Then we got a big game on our last home game of the season on Saturday up against who are we playing? Who are we playing? Up against
Oh,
Brentford. Brentford.
Rotherham.
Brentford.
We haven't got
Yeah, Rotherham's Tuesday away, isn't it?
And then we got Derby away after that.
Yeah. So I mean, we we got to predict for the next two games ahead. So, what's your predictions for Wednesday's game against Birmingham?
Would say. I reckon we're gonna go with a lot of confidence from
From the Arsenal game.
yeah. I have loads of confidence against Arsenal, so hopefully I think I'm gonna say 3-0 Reading. I'm gonna put it out there 3-0 Reading.
You reckon 3-0?
Yeah.
I reckon we're going to be a bit sad and depressed after it. Like, we're going to be really sad after the game. But I reckon we'll be able to pick up a win. I mean, we just need one win to pick up not getting relegated. So I think we should be able to win, and I'm going to go with us picking up the win.
Yeah. So next one, who's this against? Sorry.
Then we've got to play Brentford after that.
Oh, yeah.
What do you reckon the Brentford game would be?
Depends how we do against Birmingham. So if we win against Birmingham, I reckon it's gonna be 2-1 Reading.
2-1.
And if we lose, I reckon it's gonna be a 3-1 defeat.
Really, you reckon we'll lose?
Yeah.
I reckon that if Reading go into the game with a win, we'll pick up a win again. No, and yeah, I reckon we'll pick up a win because, well, we're good on our days, aren't we? We're really good.
Yeah, we are very good.
Like, just judging from that Arsenal game, we played fantastic, and I think that I think we're going to do something next year. I really believe that we're going to get promoted. It sounds absolutely ridiculous now, but I believe we'll be promoted next year. I reckon a massive turnaround at the club will
And in
get
my
us
opinion,
promotion.
I reckon Bournemouth will still be in the Championship.
I hope Bournemouth is still in the Championship. I really do. Just the first game of the season, Reading Bournemouth at Bournemouth, and we win.
That'd be really funny.
Imagine the scenes. But yeah, I really hope that happens. So yeah, anything else? Anything else you want to say?
Probably after next year, we'll probably see more away days, won't you?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more. We're planning to go to around about half the away games next year, aren't we?
Something like that, half, just less half, but something like that, yeah.
So around about 10 away days, something like that. So
So just expect a lot of them up.
So yeah, this is basically it. This is all we got to say, really. There's nothing else really going on. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, not really, but
So
yeah, just thank you for the support recently, and also we've had some trouble on his channel recently.
but yeah, we'll get into that in a different time though. But that's gonna be it for today, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed this. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with the result, but I'm proud of the result. I'm proud of the performance. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. We'll see you all next time.
Peace.